And as you settle onto your mat, or even if you don't have a mat, as you just lay on the ground, I want you to feel your entire body become heavy on whatever you're laying on. So you start in a posture like this so that you can clear your mind. When your mind is clear, you become a little bit more relaxed. When your mind is clear, your body is that much more relaxed. And then when you combine that with your breathing, you feel that much better. So wherever you are with that breath, go ahead and just exhale, sigh it out, get any wiggles out of the way. And as you melt into your mat with your exhale, take a deep breath in. Oh, hi, Mary, I see you. As you inhale, fill up your lungs, feel your chest rise, and then open up your mouth. Let go of anything that you're not gonna need for the next 45 minutes. And then before you start to move this afternoon, take a second to start your watch, Carrie, or set an intention for your practice. Think of one thing, one person that will motivate you for the next 45 minutes. And then once you're done setting your intention, start to bring movement into your body by wiggling your toes and your fingers. Maybe draw circles with your toes to loosen up your ankles. And do the same thing with your wrists. So draw big circles with your hands. And on your next inhale, sweep your arms up and over your head so that you can frame your ears with your biceps. Point your toes to the top of your mat. As you exhale, curl into a ball. Lift your shoulders off of the ground. Reach around for your wrists, your forearms, or your elbows if you can. And curl into a ball so that you can open up the entire backside of your body. From here, take a deep breath in. Exhale to sigh it out. Peel your shoulder blades farther apart. And on your next inhale, straighten out your legs and your arms. Rest your heels on the mat. Lift your chin a little bit higher. Stay for one more round of breath. And on your exhale, curl into that ball again. Bring your knees into your chest and grab whatever you can. Feel your upper back open, your lower back stretch. Squeeze your thighs all the way together. And then from here, drop your feet down to the ground. Keep your feet hip width distance apart and allow your heels to dig into the mat. With your hips on the floor, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just squeeze your glutes to lift your hips. This is an easy bridge. You're gonna open up the front of your body. And as you bring your hips up towards the ceiling, try to dig your heels into the ground a little bit more. Feel your hamstrings activate. Suck your stomach up and in. That way you can engage your core muscles. Stay here for one more round of breath. Release by coming down one vertebra at a time. Once your hips touch the mat, take another deep breath in. Nice control, everybody. On your exhale, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips all the way back up. As I mentioned, I'm gonna warm you up here. We're gonna do quicker bridges. So on your next exhale, come right back down. Nice, slow and controlled. We're gonna do 10 squeezes. So you're gonna bring your hips all the way up and down. All right, inhale with your hips on the mat. Exhale, squeeze, lift your hips. Inhale, lower them down. Exhale, squeeze, bring your hips back up. Bring your cheeks all the way together, dig your heels into the mat. Inhale, drop them. Keep your core tight. We've got 8 more. Exhale, squeeze, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze, lift. Inhale, lower. 5 more. Bring your cheeks in even tighter. Exhale, lift. Excellent, everyone. Eyes up to the ceiling. Inhale, lower. You've got 4. Dig your heels into the mat. Squeeze. Inhale, lower. Exhale, come all the way back up. How's that core? Keep it tight. Inhale, drop your hips. Exhale, this is your last one. Bring your hips up. Dig your heels into the mat. Your chest is gonna come up to your chin. Just make sure you have a little gap so that your breath isn't affected. All right, your hips are gonna stay where they are. Now, as you exhale, bring your heels up as high as you can. As your hips lift and your heels come up, all you're gonna do here is just squeeze your glutes. Tiny little squeezes. I'm waking your lower body muscles up. This is a way for you to just warm up your lower body. That's what we're going to work on a little bit more today. So strengthening our legs. Don't worry. There'll be a lot of yoga too. I just want your bodies to get warmed up. Make sure that your hips stay lifted and you're squeezing tighter with every round. You've got 8 more seconds. Down to your last 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Drop your hips down. Lift your feet off of the ground. Bring your hands behind your head. Flex your toes. Peel your shoulder blades off of the ground. You're going to do slow bicycles. So as you exhale, bring opposite knee to your opposite elbow. Straighten out your bottom leg. Inhale. On your exhale, switch sides. Bring your right elbow to your left knee. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Do this for 20 more seconds. You're on your own. Go as slow as you can. Looks really good. Dario, straighten out your bottom leg as much as you can. There you go. Flex your toes back to your face. Toes back to your face, Jeanette. Beautiful, Rach. You already know you have good form, so I'm not even going to tell you. And then Lisa, take your elbows farther apart. You've got 8 more seconds. Good work, Savannah. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Drop your feet down, point your knees up, straighten out your arms, take a deep breath. On your exhale, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips all the way back up. I hope you're getting warm. On your exhale, come down nice and slow, 1 vertebra at a time. And then once your hips drop, straighten out your legs, bring your arms up and over your head. Tuck your chin into your chest. You're going to do a slow sit up. So you're going to reach for your toes. If you have any lower back sensitivity, just roll onto one side and then come up into your seat. You're going to go into a stretch for your hamstrings. Keep your feet hip width distance apart. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Sweep your arms up. And then as you exhale, hinge at your hips. Reach for your toes, your shins, whatever you can reach for. And then keep your back flat. And as you make your way down, maybe you can rest your stomach on your thighs. But all you're doing here is feeling the backs of your legs open up. Keep your eyes forward. You've got it, Jen W. I see you. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, come down. Maybe you can bend your elbows. If not, no worries. You can also just drop your head down. Feel the back of your neck open up. Release by coming back up. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Go into your crisscross applesauce shape. I'm going to turn to face you so that you can see. As you inhale, sweep your arms up. You're going to grab opposite elbows. Try to stack your elbows over your shoulders. Pull your elbows up so that you can open up the sides of your body. And then as you exhale, take your arms or your elbows to the right. Let your hips root down to the ground. So the left side of your body is opening. If you can, Lisa, bring your elbows back. Busy, you look good. Drop your left hip down a little bit more. Pull hard with your right hand so that your left elbow comes up and over just a little bit more. You've got it. Release. Come back up to the middle. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, take your elbows to the left. Keep your right hip rooted down. Looks good, Dawn. Open up your chest. Maybe squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then, yeah, look up towards the ceiling. Use your left hand to pull your right elbow down just a little bit more. And then release. Come back up to the middle. Drop your hands down. Roll onto your hands into your knees. Tabletop shape. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Keep your hips over your knees. Start to wag your imaginary tail. As you wag your tail from side to side, dig your knees into the floor. I always talk about engaging core muscles. So always think about pulling your belly into your spine. That way your lower back stays protected. And then also, obviously, it's a great way for you to work your abs. When you are done wagging your tail, come back to the center. Just make sure your knees stay underneath your hips. We're going to do a couple of rounds of cat-cow. Start with your cat. Round your back, tuck your chin into your chest. Suck your stomach up and in. Feel the entire length of your spine open up. Inhale, drop your stomach for cow. Look up and lift your tailbone. Allow your belly button to drop down to the ground. Feel your hips open up. Exhale, round your back. Go back into your cat pose. Visualize your shoulder blades peeling apart. Tuck your chin in a little bit more and then inhale. Drop your stomach for cow. Look up. You've got a few more rounds here on your own. I'm going to give you 15 seconds. You can go as slow or as fast as you want. If you want to break out of that shape or those shapes, you can do barrel rolls instead to continue to open up the sides of your body. My favorite thing to do is close my eyes when I go into cat cow. That way I can really just tune in to what my body needs. All right, you're down to your last few seconds. Let me know that you are ready by going back into your neutral tabletop in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Make sure your neck is in line with your spine. And then take it a step further by pretending I'm extending the top of your head to the top of your mat. So feel your neck lengthen here. As you tuck your toes under, exhale, lift your knees off of the ground just 1 inch. This is your tabletop plank. So at any point, if you're feeling super challenged, you can always drop down to your knees. But as you go into your tabletop plank, you are activating your core just a little bit more. You want to round your upper back, keep your arm muscles engaged. So triceps are flexing. Your eyes are down at the mat. Spread your fingertips wide. Go down to our last 4, 3, in 2. Straighten out your legs. All right, do it now. High plank. Straighten out your legs. And then as you exhale, bring your hips up. You're in your downward dog. Drive your heels down to the mat. Walk it out for a couple of steps. This is called walking the dog. Feel your hips swivel from side to side. Visualize your heels touching the ground. That way you can really get the most out of this hamstring stretch, but also know that you're working on opening up the front of your body. So make sure that you are really digging your hands into the ground. Drop your head, let it hang. Your biceps should be framing your ears. On your inhale, look forward, bend your knees, slowly walk to the top of your mat. Keep your feet hip width distance apart. Go into your halfway lift as you inhale. Roll the weight to your toes. Your spine is nice and long. Awesome. As you exhale, hinge at your hips. Drop your head down. Drop your arms down to the ground. And then as you bend your knees, slowly roll up to standing. Keep your arms heavy so that you can continue to open up your upper back. As you come here to standing, stack your shoulders over your hips. Your palms are going to face forward. This is your mountain pose. Reconnect to your breath, your intention. Let's get ready to flow. As you inhale, sweep your arms up. Keep your wrists in line with your shoulders. Extend your fingertips to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, cactus out your arms. So create 90-degree angles with your elbows. Squeeze your shoulders together to open up your chest. Lift your chin. And then release your hands behind your back. Squeeze your palms together. As you straighten out your arms, drive your knuckles down to the ground. Take your thumbs farther away from your tailbone to open up the front of your body. And then release by hinging at your hips. Keep the grip. As you make your way down, get the crown of your head to touch the tops of your feet. Drive your knuckles up to the ceiling. Open up the front of your body and your hamstrings. Release by dropping your hands down. Go into your halfway lift. On your exhale, forward fold. Step your feet back into your high plank. From here, we're going to go into plank marches. So your shoulders are going to stay over your wrists. 1 foot up at a time. You're going to lift your heels. Keep your legs straight. And if you can, keep your quads engaged as you do these marches so that you can really build heat in your lower body. Awesome, guys. And your heel doesn't need to come up super high. Just bring it up as high as your hips. There you go, busy. Down to your last 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone drop down to your knees. We're going to modify our chaturangas. Shift your shoulders past your wrists. And then bend your elbows back. Keep your elbows in as tight as you can. Graze your rib cage. Go into your first backward bend. Low cobra, high cobra, or up dog. And then push up into your downward dog. Get there however you need to. Straighten out your legs. Keep your hands and your feet hip width distance apart. And then as you inhale, look forward. Bend your knees, walk, step, or jump to the top. Keep your feet hip width distance apart. Go into your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then reverse swan dive this time. Sweep your arms up. Reach your fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, cactus out your arms. Open up your heart. Squeeze your glutes. Bring your arms behind your back. Drive your knuckles down. Take your thumbs far away from your tailbone. Exhale, hinge at your hips. So we're warming up our entire body here. Drive your knuckles up, hinge at your hips, roll the weight to your toes. Plop your hands down to the mat. Then go into your halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at your hips, plant your hands down, step back into your plank. Keep your feet hip width distance apart. From here, we're gonna do hip dip. So as you inhale, drop your hips to one side. Exhale, take them back to the center. Inhale, drop to the other side. Exhale, come back up to the center. You've got 10 seconds. If you wanna modify, stay here in your high plank. You can always drop down to your knees, keep your spine neutral. You're still working your core. Looks really good. Down to your last 4, 3, 2, 1. Now chaturanga, shift forward. You can always drop down to your knees to modify. Or if you're ready, you can keep your legs straight. As you go into your backward bend, relax your shoulders, Alicia. Yes. And then roll over your toes. Lift your hips, downward dog. Ground your heels, open up your chest. We're gonna do one more round of that. Look forward, bend your knees. Walk, step, or jump to the top. Go into your halfway lift. Exhale, hinge. And then reverse swan dive. Energize your hands up. Look up toward your fingers. Exhale, cactus out your arms. Bring your hips to the front of your mat. Squeeze your shoulders to open up your chest. Release by bringing your hands behind you. Drive your knuckles down. Open up your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Forward fold. As you make your way down, feel your chest open, your shoulders relax. Drop your head down to open up the back of your neck. Release by dropping your hands down to the ground. And then go into your halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Plant your hands down. Step your feet back. Hang out in your high plank or do slow mountain climbers. Bring your opposite knee to your opposite elbow. Exhale every time you bring a knee up. And try to bring your knee closer to your chest to really work the sides of your body. You've got it, guys. 10 more seconds. You can do it, Lisa. I'm watching you. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone straighten out your legs. Chaturanga, shift forward. Bend your elbows back. Take that backward bend as your hips drop. Squeeze your glutes. Look up. Relax your shoulders. And then go into your downward dog. Once your hips lift, drop your heels down. Inhale. Open your mouth. Let go of anything that you don't need. Then drop down to your knees for a child's pose. Take your knees apart. Bring your hips back to your heels. Straighten out your arms. Melt your chest, your stomach down to the mat. Send your energy to your inner thighs. So that is a warm up. Give me a thumbs up if you feel warmer than you were when we first started. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. All right, cool. Remember, anytime you need a break, anytime you need time to yourself, listen to your body. This is where you go. Child's pose. You can always lay in Savasana when you need that time. Just by showing up onto your mat, just by putting in the Zoom code, by being here, making this commitment to yourself, you are already reminding yourself that you are making yourself a priority. So if you lay here for the rest of class, you're going to feel that much better than you would have if you didn't. So be proud that you're here. With that said, if you are ready to start moving, go into your tabletop, spread your fingertips wide, tuck your toes under, and then as you exhale, lift your knees off of the ground. You're back in your tabletop plank. Strengthen your arms, round your upper back, keep your eyes on the floor. We're going to go from this tabletop plank into a high plank. So on your next exhale, straighten out your legs, drive your heels to the back of your mat, squeeze your glutes. On your next inhale, bend your knees so that you're back in your tabletop plank. So your knees are going to go underneath your hips. There you go, Savannah. Tuck your toes. Yeah. Exhale, straighten your legs, high plank. Doing good, Jen W. Inhale, bend your knees, bring them underneath your hips. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, tabletop. This is our last one. Exhale, high plank. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, push up into your downward dog, ground your heels. Bring your chest closer to your thighs. So you want to look like an upside down V. Keep your eyes either at your ankles, maybe at your own belly button. What you're doing here is, again, opening up your hamstrings, your chest. On your next inhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Keep your feet hip width distance apart. Grab your elbows, drag them down to the ground. Feel your spine lengthen. Start to sway from side to side. Roll away to your toes. Let your head just hang so that any tension that you're clinging onto in your shoulders, your neck, will roll off of your body down onto your mat. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Then drop your hands down. Walk them back to the top of your mat to go into your downward dog. Lift up your right leg once you get there. Keep your hips square to the ground. Point your toes. Reach them up to the ceiling. Drop your right hip a little bit. Carry. Straighten out your right leg, Dario. Straighten it out. Point your toes. And then as you exhale, step your right foot through. Drop your left knee down to the mat. Low lunge. Sweep your arms up when you get there. So your right knee is going to stay bent. Dig your left knee into the mat. Push your hips forward to open up the front of your body. Looks really good, Lisa and Carrie. Carrie, bend your right knee a little bit more. Jordan, you too. And then lift your chin. Take your thumbs to the back of your mat. Open up the front of your body. Inhale, puff up your front side body. On your exhale, take your thumbs back just a little bit more. And then release. Come back up. Plant your hands down, straighten out your left leg. So you're going to tuck your left toes under. From here, turn to face the left side of your mat for your side lunge. So you can either hang out here with your hips elevated, maybe rest your right elbow on your right thigh. You're just pushing your booty back so that you can feel the stretch in your inner thighs. If you're super flexy and you're ready for it, you can drop your hips down to your right heel. We are going to hang out here for a few rounds of breath. Looks really good, Jeanette. If you have the balance, bring your hands up to your heart. You're down to your final round of breath. If you drop down to your heels, come right back up. So lift your hips off of your heel. Awesome. And then turn to face the top of your mat. You're getting ready now for your crescent lunge. Sweep your arms up. Keep your right knee bent to a 90-degree angle. Beautiful, Amanda. Bend your right knee more. Everyone drive your left heel back. So left side hip flexors are opening up. Reach your fingertips up higher. And then on your next inhale, hinge at your hips. You're in a lightning bolt shape. Reach your fingertips to the top of your mat. Drive your left heel back. Yes. Feel your left quads engage. Stay for one more round of breath. And then release by going into your lunge twist. Drop your left hand, reach your right arm up. As you extend your right hand up to the ceiling, keep your right wrist stacked over both of your shoulders. And then notice what happens as you bring your right knee into your chest, your right hip. Feels like it's getting a nice stretch. Your right outer thigh is opening up. Drive your left heel to the back of your mat. Twist your spine. And then release by bringing your right hand down. Sweep your right leg up, three-legged dog. From here, bend your right knee. Point your toes down to the mat. Keep your shoulders square to the floor. Start to draw circles with your right knee. You've got 3 in one direction. Make them big. And then go in the opposite direction. So you're waking your hips up, getting into your inner thighs. When you're done with your 6 circles, straighten out your right leg, point your toes up. We're all going to wait till everyone's ready. Awesome. To release, you're going to flow. Keep your leg lifted, or you can drop it down. If you want to keep your leg lifted, make sure your hips stay square to the ground. Shift your shoulders past your wrists, bend your elbows back, open up, and then go into your downward dog. Yeah, beautiful, Jens. I've got 2 Jens in class today. Bring your hips up, ground your heels, and both of you did that so beautifully. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. On your next inhale, lift up your left leg, point your toes. Feel the stretch down the top of your left foot, ground your right heel. And then as you exhale, step your left foot through. Drop your right knee down. Low lunge. Sweep your arms up. Energize your fingertips to the ceiling. Start by stacking your wrists over your shoulders. Dig your right knee into the mat. And then on your next exhale, look up. Take your thumbs to the back of your mat. Feel the front of your body open. And like you did before, as you bend your left knee, feel the stretch in your right side hip flexor. Lisa, step your left foot forward just a little bit more. Dario, you too. Left foot goes forward. Lift your chin. Take a deep breath. Take your thumbs further back. Beautiful, Dawn. Release. Plant your hands down. Straighten out your right leg. Lift your right knee off of the mat. Turn to face the right side of your mat. So you're back in your side lunge. Straighten out your right leg. Bend your left knee. Either rest your elbow on your left thigh or rest your hips on your left heel. 3 rounds of breath here. If you went into the balance on the other side, do it here. If you're staying upright, bend your left knee just a little bit more. Open up your inner thighs. You've got this. Final round of breath. My friends who drop down to their heels, lift your hips off of your heel and then pivot to face the top of your mat. You're now in your crescent. Sweep your arms up. Energize your fingertips up. Bend your left knee. Straighten out your right leg. Drive your right heel back. Looks really good. Feel your chest open up, your spine lengthen. Inhale. On your exhale, hinge at your hips. Back to that lightning bolt shape. Drive your right heel back. Engage your quads. Feel the heat in your body. You got to create the heat that you want. Inhale. On your exhale, bring your right hand down. Extend your left hand up. Low lunge with a twist. Stack your left wrist over both of your shoulders. Drive your right heel back. Bring your left knee into your midline. And then twist your spine. Open up your chest. You know, we're going to be here for a couple more rounds of breath. So do everything you can to keep your right hand planted. Look up to the ceiling. Feel this twist in your lower back. And then release. Bring your left hand down. Sweep your left leg up. You're in your 3-legged dog. Then you're going to bend your left knee. Point your toes down, your knee up to the ceiling. You've got 3 circles in both directions. So a total of 6. Make them big. I can't see you, Elisis, but I know you're doing great over there. Elisis and crew. When you're done with your 6, straighten out your left leg. Point your toes up. Awesome. We're already chaturanga. Shift forward. Whatever option you did on the other side, do it here. Feel the front of your body open. Drop your hips. Open your chest. Nice savannah. And then release into your downward dog. Use your core strength to bring your hips up. Your exhale to ground your heels. On your next inhale, take your hands to the back of your mat. Your feet are going to stay hip width distance apart. We're going to go into gorilla. So lift your feet and then walk onto the palms of your hands. Hi, Dutch. So your backs of your hands are going to rest on the ground. And again, you're just going to step onto your hands. Roll the weight from your big toe to your pinky toe. Drop your head down. You can always bend your knees if you need that support. It's just an easier way for you to get down into this spine stretcher and also wrist and hand massager. Put more pressure on your hands if you are on Instagram all day. Put more pressure on your hands if you are on the computer all day. And definitely drop your head down so that the back of your neck opens. Stay for one more round of breath. Open up your mouth to sigh it out. And then flip your hands and both of your knees. Slowly roll up. Come up to standing. All right. I'm warm. I know you are too. We're going to open up our shoulders a little bit. As you inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, bring your arms behind your back. Interlock all 10 fingers. Drive your knuckles down, just like we did in the warm-up. Take your thumbs farther away from your tailbone. So at the very least, by standing here with your hands behind your back and straightening out your arms and engaging your triceps, you're going to feel heat in your upper body. With every exhale, take your thumbs further back. Feel the heart, your heart, open up to the top of your mat. Start to lift your chin. Drop your head back. Stay for one more inhale. Use your exhale to find your deepest stretch. So take your thumbs further back. And then release. Bring your thumbs back toward your tailbone. Let go of your grip. Sweep your arms back up. Bring your chin down so that your chin's parallel to the ground. And then as you exhale, hinge at your hips, swan dive. Once your hands touch the floor, walk your hands to the top of your mat to go into your plank. Suck your stomach up and in. Drive your heels to the back of your mat. Squeeze tight. I see you, Jen W. Keep that peace. Connect to your breath. Make your inhales and exhales as slow as possible. Even y'all in the planks, the slower you breathe and the more aware you are of how you're breathing, the more distracted you'll be from what's going on in this plank. And drive your heels to the back of your mat. And your last 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. Lift your hips. Ground your heels. On your next inhale, lift up your right leg. Bend your right knee. Point your toes down. So the sides of your body, your spine is already open. If you are ready for it, take your time. You're going to go right into your wild thing. So right foot is going to go to the left side of your mat. Lift your chin and your chest. If you're not warmed up for your wild thing, stay in your 3-legged dog with your toes pointed up. For those of you who went into the wild thing, squeeze your glutes to lift your hips. Take your hand away from your midline. Open up your chest. Drop your head back, Lisa. There you go, Savannah. So good. Release. Bring your right hand down. Sweep your right leg up. This is your 3-legged dog. Release by stepping your right foot forward. Hopefully you don't have a dog right on your mat. From here, blossom open into your warrior 2. Face the left side of your mat. Bend your right knee. Bounce it out. Get your right thigh parallel to the floor. Busy, you took your scarf off. Bring your right foot toward the top of your mat a little bit more so that your knee and ankle are in one line. Yep. Squeeze your shoulders, open up your chest. I see you, Alicia. Stay connected with your breath. Reverse your warrior. Sweep your right arm up and back. As you reach your fingertips to the back of your mat, open up the right side of your body. Bend your right knee, carry. Bend it, Jordan. Keep bending. Yep. Feel your hips open up. Now, everyone, bend your right elbow. Get a grip behind your head. So allow your right hand to support your head and put more pressure on your hand with it so that you can open up the right side of your body a little bit more. Find your lowest seat, bend your right knee, Savannah. There you go, release. Cartwheel your arms, frame your foot with your hands, roll onto your left toes, and then step your right foot back. You're in your plank. From here, lift your hips, downward dog, no flow. Drive your heels down to the mat, open up. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. On your next inhale, lift up your left leg, point your toes, bend your left knee, open up your left side hip, stay in your 3-legged dog, or if you went in the wild thing on the other side, you're gonna do it here. Left foot is gonna go to the right side of your mat. So if you're in your 3-legged dog, hang tight. If you're going into your wild thing, so good. Open up your chest, beautiful, busy, beautiful, Jen. Point your toes down even more. Squeeze your left butt cheek. Yes, great alignment with your shoulders. Wild things, come out of it. Go back into your 3-legged dog. Lift your left foot up, straighten out your leg. And then as you exhale, step it through. Blossom open into your warrior 2. Face the right side of your mat. Bend your left knee. Bounce it out. My girls who are chilling, I love the peace that you're creating in your bodies. You look so calm and serene. Everybody else, bend your left knees even more so that you can drop your hips. Straighten out your right leg, squeeze your right butt cheek, come down lower, Jeanette. Reverse your warrior, sweep your left arm back. Keep your left arm straight just for now. Extend your fingertips to the back of your mat. Work on your lower body alignment. Bend your left knee, gorgeous done. Then bend your left elbow, grab the back of your head with your hand. Lift your elbow up. Send your energy to the left side of your body. Bend your left knee even more. Hold it for one more round of breath. Release, cartwheel your arms, frame your foot, roll onto your right toes, sweep your left leg up, 3-legged dog, and then release by dropping your left foot down. Drop down to your knees for a closed knees child's pose. So your thighs are gonna connect. Bring your hips back to your heels. Extend your arms to the back of your mat. Rest your chest on your thighs and your forehead on the ground. So this is always a variation that's available to you. I like it, Carrie. With your knees together, your lower back is opening. Anytime you go into your child's pose again, this is a way for you to reconnect to your breath. It's a way for you to reground and recenter. So what I love about these group classes is that even though we aren't together, we are all going through the same movements. We're breathing together. And because a lot of us have flowed together for so long, we are already very much connected. And every time we show up, and every time I get to see y'all, I'm reminded of how strong this community is. And it's such a beautiful thing that we get to become stronger together. Wherever you are with your breath, exhale. Try to bend your elbows a little bit more. Imagine you've got weights attached to your elbows so that they drag down to the mat. Peel your shoulder blades apart just a little bit more. And then release by extending your arms to the top of your mat. Sliver your way all the way onto your stomach. So straighten out your legs, rest your hips on the mat. And you're going to create a little pillow here with your forearms. Most of you know where I'm already going with this. So rest your forehead on your forearms. Keep your neck in line with your spine. Keep your feet hip width distance apart. And then on your inhale, bend your knees, windshield wiper your feet just to let go of any other tension you might be clinging onto in your lower back. Stop in the center and then drop your left foot down. Yep, you got it. Extend your left arm out to a T shape. And then on your exhale, you're going to roll onto your left side hip. Point your right knee up. So maybe your right foot rests on the ground. Maybe your toes are pressing into the floor. Maybe your foot doesn't even touch the mat, and that's okay. But what you're doing here is opening up your chest. You're opening up your right side hip. Point your knee up to the sky. Maybe you're going to bring your right hand up to the ceiling. If you're not ready for that, you can always keep your right hand in front of your chest. For my friends who are reaching up, maybe you also go into a bind. Bring your right hand behind you. You might want to press your right hand into the floor. Peel your right shoulder back. All the chest openers we did throughout class got you ready for this. Stay for one more round of breath. And then release. Roll back onto your stomach. Straighten out your right leg. Go back to your little pillow here with your forearms. Realign your neck with the rest of your spine. Take a deep breath in. And then sigh it out. On your next inhale, extend your right arm out to a T shape. Bend your left knee. Point your toes up. And then on your exhale, roll onto your right side hip. So again, your right shoulder is opening up. Your chest is opening up to the ground. And as you point your toes down, maybe they touch the ground, maybe they don't. Looks really good, Savannah. Point your knee up a little bit more, Carrie, only because I know you can. Maybe squeeze your left butt cheek to take you there. Yep. If you did it on the other side, extend your left hand up. If you did it on the other side, go for the bind. Yeah. So even if your left hand doesn't touch the floor, maybe you just press the back of your hand into your lower back. But what you're doing here is continuing to open up the front of your body. So left shoulder goes back a little bit more, Dario. Take it back, busy. And then release. Come out of it, go back onto your stomach. We're going to do a round of bow pose since we're already on our stomachs. Bend both of your knees. Get the grip right at the base of your toes. Straighten out your arms. Bring your chin away from your chest. Rest your throat on the mat. Start by sinking your hips down and then squeezing your shoulder blades together. Exhale to clear out your lungs. And then on your inhale, point your toes, drive them up to the ceiling. Open up your chest. Awesome, Scott. Look up a little higher, everyone. Squeeze your glutes. Open up your chest. Drive your toes up to the ceiling like you're going to touch them with your feet. Take one more round of breath. Roll the weight to the softest part of your stomach. And then release, come all the way back down. Straighten out your legs. And then from here, just roll onto your backs. Once you're on your back, bend both of your knees, point them up to the ceiling. Keep your ankles underneath your hips. Just kidding, underneath your knees. I can't see y'all because Dutchie is on the way. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. We're back into our bridge. Once your hips elevate, ground your heels into the mat. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, come right back down, one vertebra at a time. Once your hips touch the mat, lift your feet off of the ground. Go right into your happy baby. Grab the outsides of your feet. Flex your toes down to the ground. Rock from side to side. Massage your lower back. Feel your inner thighs stretch. Your outer hips open up. Visualize your knees touching the ground. Pull really hard. Use your bicep strength. Press the back of your neck into the floor. Take a deep breath. On your exhale, drop your feet down to the ground. Keep them hip width distance apart. And then from here, drop your knees to the right. Turn your head to the left. Cactus out your arms to 90-degree angles. Press the backs of your hands onto the floor. Beautiful, Savannah. Turn your head to the left. I see you, Jen W. You're doing great. Lift your right foot off of the ground. Rest your right ankle on your left knee. Find a deep twist. So the sides of your body, especially your left hip, feeling nice and open right about now. Release by unhooking your foot. If you went into that option, point your knees back up. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, drop your knees to the left. Turn your head to the right. With your arms cactus out like this, you're allowing your chest to open up. If you press the backs of your hands into the ground, you're going to have a little bit more pressure so that you can guide your knees closer to the mat. Feel your hips open. If you want into the other option, lift your heel, rest it on your right knee, find a deep twist. Release. Lift your foot off of your knee, point your knees back up. And then from here, lift your feet off of the mat, press the soles of your feet together, grab the tops of your feet, and then guide your heels down to your pelvis. You're gonna splay your knees super far apart. Press the back of your neck into the ground, tuck your chin into your chest. So pretend your legs are like butterfly wings and try and flap them a little bit. You can flap them by squeezing your glutes. You're giving your inner thighs one more magical stretch. All right, release here, so don't squeeze anymore. From here, you're just gonna drop your feet down, keeping your feet in this reclined butterfly. So soles of your feet are pressing into each other. Your knees are gonna splay apart. If you have really tight hips, your knees might be lifted off of the mat a little bit more, and that's okay. Place your hands on your inner thighs as a way to guide them farther apart. If you have blocks, this is a good opportunity to use those. If you have blocks right underneath your knees, you'll have a little bit of support as a way to still keep you in place while you hang out here. And this is how we're going to end today. So if you have any lower back pain, and if this is uncomfortable for you at all, go ahead and straighten out your legs. But if you can stand it for just another few moments, if you stay here like this, again, you're encouraging your inner thighs to stretch a little bit more. And it's up to you what you do with your hands. You can either rest your arms down both sides of your body. I love to keep my right hand on my stomach, left hand on my heart, as a way to just stay connected to what's going on inside my body as I reap the benefits of the hard work that I just did, that you just did, to physically strengthen, lengthen, and also sweat it out. We did a lot in 45 minutes. I hope that you are feeling a little bit more grounded, more appreciative of your body. Again, just by showing up onto your mat, you are reminding yourself that you are a priority. Showing up is hard when there's everything else going on, when you've got a long to-do list, you've got little ones that you're taking care of. But every time that you make the commitment to show up, and then when you are here and you are doing this work, it becomes easier, you become stronger and more confident in the moves that you make on and off your mat. You're still in your reclined butterfly. Start to straighten out your legs. Start to extend your arms up. So reach your fingertips, your toes apart. Give yourself a good morning stretch. You want to stay in your Savasana longer, that's cool. But if you're ready to get on with your day, roll onto your right side body, curl into a fetal position, bend both of your knees. Use your right bicep as your pillow. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, push up into your seat. Crisscross applesauce. Rest your hands on your knees. Palms are going to face up. Stack your shoulders over your hips. And as you keep your eyes closed, imagine your shoulders are dropping down and away from your ears. On your next inhale, extend through the crown of your head. Then bring your hands right up to your heart. Press your palms into each other and into your heart to feel it beat. Be grateful for that heartbeat. And as I show gratitude for your heartbeat, I want to remind you how grateful I am for this opportunity to lead you virtually and the opportunity to connect all of you in this magical way. Thank you so much for your energy, your time, and for inspiring me along the way. From the bottom of my heart to all of yours, a light in me, honors a light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you. Happy Friday. From me in Dutch to all of y'all. Jeanette, I don't know what you were doing remixing earlier, but I still love you. I'm gonna unmute everybody right now. Rachel's fixing her hair because she knows that I'm all about that post yoga selfie. Thank you again for being here today. I hope you feel really good. Even if you were taking breaks, it's all good. You're listening to your body, and that's the best thing that you can do for yourself. Busy, I'm sad that you took your scarf off. All right, here we go. We're gonna take our selfie. Smile big. All right, 1, 2, 3. Hi, Mary. Hi, Lisa.
Hi. Mary, say hi.
Yeah, in case you guys missed it, Rachel is going to be leading our camp, our boot camp body weight class next Saturday.
Calling it burn. Wait, no, we're calling it, burn and balance.
Burn and balance. Right? It's very on brand. Burn and balance. Yeah, look out for a newsletter from me for deets on that next Saturday. Again, it's free, so just be ready for it. It's at noon to 1 hour. Yeah, and I have a couple more big announcements coming in the next couple of days. All right, I'll see you soon. Thank you for letting me see your face, Scott. Jordan, welcome back.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Elizabeth.
I don't think she heard you. Bye, Dario. Bye, Savannah. Bye, Elises.